Yeah. All right, chat. Another one. Here we go. YouTube, say hi to Twitch, and Twitch, say hi to YouTube. You already know. You already know. Look, we about to learn. Hope you're ready to learn. Today is called calculate. Today's analysis is called calculate. Right. Real quick plug for the merch. Right. Calculation over everything. Got to plug the merch, especially with today's analysis literally being calculate. Literally being calculated. Thank you for the 2 months code. Appreciate it. Right, you can go to shopcantymerch.com. Obviously, and get you some of the new gear. Calculation over everything. Pretty fire. Pretty fire. Okay, today's analysis is actually called calculate. Right, because at a certain part in here, you're gonna have to calculate, and you're gonna have to see everything. You're gonna have to see everything. Because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, so there we go. This is round 6. Last tournament, I played Donald Johnson. He's actually really strong and underrated. And this is my second time playing him. The first time I played him was a Dirty Harry. So actually, you can check that. That's the Into the Matrix or something like that. Name of the video, I don't remember. Something like that. But, okay. YouTube in the making. That's right. We're doing YouTube right now. So, okay, he plays E4. C5, you hear that? Yeah, sirens. Yeah, it's about to get crazy here, right, for this game. Okay, knight of 3, D6. So after D4, and in fact, here, by the way, so in this tournament, I played the Dirty Harry like twice and one Sicilian Najdorf. So by this time, if he's paying attention to my games, he's actually thinking about, like, you know, he probably was prepping my knight C6 Sicilian and also a Najdorf, right? So here we go, right? He's a Najdorf, D6, D4, takes, right? And then knight f6, and after knight c3, what do we play, chat? This is up to you. What do we play, chat? Najdorf time, says Mr. AO. Okay. What do we play here, chat? What is the move in this position? H5 and we live. Okay, still with the Dirty Harry. Knight c6, I don't know. The theory go with g6, a6 from wood pusher, a6. Knight c6 or a6, e6, a6, g6 or a6. A lot of sixes here, right? a6s, g6s, e6s, everything, right? Absolutely. Of course, we've seen Najdorf. Y'all know I like Najdorf, right? A lot of Najdorf here. A lot of Najdorf. But in this time, right, this is the first time over the board that y'all ever going to see that I played this right here, knight c6. Oh my god. Not only was he shocked, but everybody's shocked because this is the first time I played this over the board. First time in this tournament, and I was ready for it. I was actually very prepped here, and I played knight c6. This is the classical Sicilian, which in my research was not his best Sicilian that he had success with. Also, in the last, in this tournament, he had a game he lost already with this, with knight c6. He got up and walked away, didn't he? I'm a big fan. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I am probably the biggest fan of not playing what you think I'm gonna play. Bruh. I'm gonna love that. I love that. I'm a like Richard Rapport, one of my favorite players, right? So, you know, you thinking I'm gonna hit you with Najdorf, right? You know, then I hit him with knight c6, like knight c6, right? Because this is not one that I'm known for playing ever. So I play knight c6. So he goes bishop g5, we go down the same line. E6, which is the Rosser line, and queen to d3, which is what he played in his earlier game. Okay, bishop to e7, this is all theory. Castles, queenside, castles. And then h4 from him. Now this one, I was like, what? Bruh. Hold on, bro. Like, the reason why is because in the previous game he played f4. And let me tell you guys, I prepped like 2-3 hours of f4 here. I had so much stuff prepped for f4. And this game was just going to be out quickly. I just thought that this was just how it was about to go because this is what he played. And then after I surprised him, he surprises me with h4. So I'm like, well, this is obviously a newer line because I don't play this Sicilian that much. And having h4, I'm like, well, wasn't that familiar with these lines. So I'm still going to play my prep, which was queen b6. So I play queen b6. What I like about the classical Sicilian is you can quickly develop pieces. A lot of times in your games, especially with the black pieces, and you having the second move, you lag behind in development. Especially in Sicilians that are dynamic, especially like the Najdorfs and etc. Sometimes you lag behind on development by a lot. So right now, everything's basically developed. In fact, I'm about to be almost ahead on development. Bishop d7, and I rook c8 and just like be on him already. So this is what I like about it. And after h4, he goes bishop e2, so he connects his rooks, and then I connect mine. Bishop d7, pretty simple. right? Easy. Nothing really going on here. He takes on c6, right? So do we take with the pawn, queen, or the bishop, chat? Up to you. It's on you. What do you do? Pawn, queen, or bishop? Queen, and I see bishop. I see queen, bishop, and pawn from Coyote. Okay. Okay. Bishop, in my opinion. Okay. All right, cool. So let me tell you what it is not the move. In fact, queen takes is actually 100% premium garbo every single time. The reason for this is e5. E5 is a really strong move, right? And after e5, the idea here is after pawn takes, boom, that's a loose piece. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Oh, my goodness. You just lose on the spot. Literally, you lose a whole piece, right? Because of the e5 trick here. And okay, cool. With knight d5, sidestep you, right? That's even worse. I mean, this is crazy. Knight takes d5, drops a piece, right? You take back, bishop take. Okay, bishop takes g5. That's cute. Oh, bishop g5. And then 97 in the end, right? 97 is looking crazy. Also, queen takes h7's mate. Like, this is gross. The best move here by the engine says that you should queen takes c2. Bruh. This is the best move from the engine. The engine said this is your best move. Let's just get this off the screen. Let's just get it off the screen. Like we're not talking about this any longer. So queen takes c6 is not a move. 100% not a move. So b takes c6 runs into the same idea, and this was another move that you really want to do because of rook b8. Rook b8's fire, right? But e5 once again is very, very annoying. If you go knight d5, it is not live 100%. After takes, you run into the same thing. Trying to be clever, never, right? Absolutely. Queen takes h7. Knight e7 is looking crazy. Anastasia's mates is coming, or Anastasia mate, whatever, bro. Like, you get mated everywhere. Don't matter how you say it, you get mated, right? Queen takes b2, best move by the engine. 100% gross. Gross, right? Not a move. So we're gonna run that boy back. So after bishop d7, he takes on c6. I have to take with the bishop. This is another reason why you put the bishop on d7. If you study games of the classical Sicilians, that's a quick lesson in the lesson. Studying games of the opening, or studying games from GMs and really strong players of the opening that you're playing, will help you figure out where pieces go and how to navigate through positions a lot. This bishop is bad, usually like a French bishop. So where does it go? It goes to c6. So, of course, we go bishop takes c6. Boom, we take that boy. And then, of course, we're eyeing e4. The bishop's on a better square. It was worse on c8. And now we bring a rook to c8. And usually the f rook, because sometimes you even abandon this whole side of the king side and go this way and run away. You got to be careful. That's right, Brent doing the best. Thanks for the follow. There, the engine is crazy. Exactly. The engine is mind-blowing there. War machine. So he goes h5 and says we live, right? h5 and we live. It's on you, chat. What do you do in this position? We're going to talk about a few moves here and look at what I played, and it's black to move. What do you do? He tried to dirty hero you. He did. He hit me with an h5 real quick and tried to hit me with a dirty hero. Absolutely. Fizzled out. Thanks for the follow. h6 says Amazon. Rook c8. Which rook you want there? Minus Game Studios. We do have two of them. h6 once again. 2 for h6. Rook a8, queen f2. So he says, take it. Here's Chimpanzee is greedy here and wants to snatch the pawn. Is anybody else feeling froggy out here and want to snatch the pawn? Does anyone else feel real froggy? I know Yasser is. Yasser Sirwan and them pawn grabbers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Are you about that life, or are you not? Are you about that life, or are you not? This is gonna make a very, very, very scary situation out of you right now. Okay, I think maybe Froggy. Yep, you feeling froggy? Go ahead, jump over here and grab his pawn, my guy. Okay, we got some moves. Let's look at it. So queen takes f2. Okay, and what do you do? Bruh. First off, it actually is playable, believe it or not. You can actually do this. And in post-game analysis, me and him actually checked queen takes f2, and I literally, here's what I said. I'm like, bro, why on earth would I take this pawn? Now, I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I'm not about to take the material. I'm more just looking for mate all the time. But this pawn is grabbable. And I looked at, if he goes rook f1 and queen b6, right? So the only move that you would try is like bishop e3. But I actually can get out queen g3. And after rook h3, I actually can run away with queen takes g2 or queen e5. And I literally steal the pawn somehow. Like, I literally get in and out. But I didn't want to go for this. I didn't want to go for this. Like, I'm good. So after h5, I went rook a to c8. But in fact, the move I'm supposed to play is h6. And I kind of knew this, but I didn't want the idea. Why I didn't play h6 is I didn't want him to go bishop e3. I wanted to keep this bishop as a tempo later, thinking in the future, right? I wanted to keep this bishop for a tempo later because loose pieces lose games, or LPDO, as they teach the kids on Chess Kid. Loose pieces drop off, loose meaning undefended. So this piece is undefended. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, you know, look, I'm not about to play h6 to provoke him to go here because he want to go there anyway and get a tempo back on me. So I'm going to go rook c8 and let him play h6, and then I'll play g6. Now, the idea here is after h6, g6, I saw queen f3, and I was going to go back to d8 with the queen. The d8, because this is kind of like forced here. And then I was going to probably maneuver around and like try to use the c file. But again, I mean, this isn't the greatest, but this pawn actually helps me a lot. Pawn actually helps me. You said knight d5, where? Where's knight d5? Just after rook c8. Oh, my knight d5. Oh, knight d5. Yeah, knight d5 is coming. Or it is possible in some situations. But after rook c8, he played queen f3. He played queen f3 with the idea of h6. Right. Now, okay, here we go. I go where, chat? I go where? So in this position, right, I want you to, this is the first part. Remember, this is called calculate. So I want you to sit here and calculate and think about what would you do here? What do you think I'm about to do? I need you to calculate right now. Still go h6, says Amazon seller. Okay. I need you to calculate, chat. Calculation over everything. Remember that. COE. Calculation over everything. ShopCantyMerch.com. Go get your calculation over everything gear. Queen c5. Start calculating. I need some calculations here, and I need them to be accurate, chat. I need that to be accurate. Let's get to work. We need to calculate. Black to move. What do we do? What do we do? Start calculating. Queen b2, queen c5. And we have one for h6. Queen c5, queen b2. Go ahead, get your calculations in. Somebody else said queen c5. Queen a5 from Padaka. Also, maybe queen a5. Okay, very nice. Bishop takes e4. That man just going for it. All right, here it is, guys. You're right. Queen a5, right? Queen a5. Y'all ready for this? And then he goes bishop d2. Calculate. Go. Calculate right now. Yeah, if you count, bro, I need you to calculate, chat. Calculation over everything. Hold on. Let's put this in your head. Let's put this out here one more time, right? For the people that might have missed it. Calculation over everything. Shop Canty merch. Yes, there it is, right? Put it in your head. Calculate. Go to work. Do your thing. Here it is. Here's the move. Where is the move? It's on you. Black to move. Calculate. Go crazy. Black to move. You better get it right. Okay, we got knight takes c4, queen, c6, COE. Speed. Right. Queen c6, knight takes e4 from Slapjack, and knight takes e4 from Amazon seller. Steal d5. Thanks for the follow, DD. Bishop takes e4. Shout out to Metro Detroit. The 248. That's right, DD. What up? What's good? Knight e4 from Eha. Okay, chat, here it is, right? I needed you to calculate. Hopefully, if you watch it from YouTube and you pause the video, if you did, you know, you'd be okay, right? Calculate. Here it is. The move is knight takes e4. Hitting. Splitting. Hitting. Knight takes e4 for the score. Calculation over everything. Make sure you calculate. I had to see everything as well because he has a lot of moves. So the idea here is after knight takes e4, I sack a whole piece. Queen takes a2, boom. Now you have to see everything that happens here. This bishop can go a lot of places. Let me tell y'all some places that I was thinking here. This game got pretty wild. In fact, I thought he could go bishop h6 in some ideas. Bishop h6 is a crazy looking move, right? Crazy. I mean, it looks like this can work because if I go queen a1 check in some cases, this is crazy. Like, I mean, maybe I could take this, but then there might be some knight checks or some checks here, but bishop h6 doesn't work. I just was looking at what happens, right? F5 from Jess. Okay, well, after queen takes a2, in fact, he has a few moves, right? So let's see what we have. Bishop e3, bishop c3. Now, I was curious to know, chat, what happens on bishop e3? What do you do on bishop e3? What if he goes bishop e3? And the idea here is obviously getting out of mate. Just says knight c3. Actually, knight c3 fails, guys. Knight c3 fails to this cool tactic. Check knight b1, taking the queen. That was a cool tactic there. But after queen takes, bishop e3. I see f5, bishop f6. f5 looks good. In fact, f5 is the move, right? f5 is the move right now. f5 is the move. In fact, let me show you this line. Actually, one line that I looked at is if he goes bishop h6, one move I couldn't play here is f5. Believe it or not, f5, I was like, oh, play f5, but then he has queen g3. Like, look at this. Like, he sidesteps. Like, and I'm almost like losing somehow. It just says I'm okay, though. And it says I'm okay. Bro, what? Check. And queen b2 and I defend. Jeez. Man, that's some scary stuff. That's some scary stuff. Oof. Man, that's scary there. Bishop a4? Yeah, I thought about bishop a4. When is bishop a4, Jess? You mean when? After bishop e3? Bishop a4? Bishop a4. The problem with this, Jess, believe it or not, is actually bishop d3. Believe it or not, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, he could just play bishop d3. And he just defends it, and that's it. And literally, I mean, what is this? Like, I don't know. I don't know yet what's actually going on. I don't know yet. Not as clear. Knight takes, queen takes. Bishop c3 is what he chose. But bishop e3 runs into just f5. And look at this. I even looked at look how crazy these lines are. If he goes here, I just take it. I mean, look at this. He lost this. Queen's hanging. Then I take this too. Oh my goodness, bro. There were so many tactics here. How much time off board at this point? Honestly, for me, I was up a lot of time. He spent like, I mean, at one point, I think he thought for 40 minutes. I'm not even kidding you, bro. He thought for 40 minutes. I think maybe after this move, after knight takes e4. It was either right before or after knight takes e4 and he thought for like 40 minutes. Maybe it was right before, maybe it was queen f3, I think. Queen f3. Right. How many times did I get up? I got up a lot of times. I mean, I walked around like looking at games, stuff like that. Queen takes. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to think about. So after queen takes, right, he goes bishop c3. Now, after bishop c3, chat, what's the move? Who can figure out what I calculate? Now, remember, guys, this is all off the head. I calculated all of this. Calculation over everything. Okay, I calculated all of this. So bishop c3, you got to find the move. But I had to see this before knight takes e4. I had to see all of this before knight takes e4. What is the move? What is the move? Black to move. Can you find it? f5 from Perfect Freedom. Bishop g5, chat. Bishop takes e4. Bishop g5. Y'all want to know something crazy here? Let me tell y'all the engine move. The engine move here still baffles me right now is e5. Bruh. Garbage. Have you lost your mind? e5? After all of that? Do e5. Bro, I was like, oh man. I mean, that's just, I mean, look, I understand. If I played e5 here, I understand if he went to the arbiters and like said, like, yo, he's cheating. You know, like I would 100% like, yeah, bro. I mean, I understand why you would actually think that. Because this is, I mean, what is this? Bro, that's a crazy move. That's the best move by the engine. In fact, bishop g5 was move number 2, which is the move I chose here. Like, that's what bishop g5 closes everything down. If you go knight d2, anything 2, I mate you on a1. Anything 2 is mate on a1. And if you don't block on d2, well, you have to block with your face, right? Queen. You block with your queen, or he takes, which he did this. So he says, I'm going to get these for the queen. Boom. So he takes the few pieces for the queen. Now watch how crazy this gets. This is still very scary. I could do rook takes c3, but I chose the b5 route because I wanted to keep pieces on. He goes knight e4, and then watch this. I go b4, and oh my goodness, knight f6 check. Whoa, knight f6! Whoa! Wait a second. Can I take this knight or not, chat? Can I take this knight or not? Can I take this knight or not? Yeah, this getting kind of crazy. This getting a little scary. You know what I mean? Like, hold up, big fella. We don't do that around here. Thanks for the follow, Jack. Looks horrible to take. If you take it, you get mated. Rook check, Bishop takes f6 on national television. On national television, you get mated like this. And you know, this DGT board, so imagine getting mated like this. I wouldn't let this happen. Like, I would resign before this happened. Like, you're not about to do this. Like, I'm not about to let this happen to me in front of everybody watching this game. So, knight f6 ain't about to... Oh, man. If knight f6, you have to go king h8. But then even this looks scary. h6. Oh, my goodness, right? And I calculated... I calculated this, and I was like, luckily, I have b takes c3. I'm just in time. I'm literally just in time. Because almost everything is mate. I'm almost getting mated everywhere. But luckily... I am just in time. And after king takes, the knight is now not defended anymore. So any check that you do doesn't work anymore. Of course, I saw this again in calculations. Make sure you calculate, right? Calculation over everything, right? So, I mean, I played b4, understanding that nothing he does, knight f6, bishop takes g7, h6, nothing he does is going to be mate. So he took on b4, and I knew that when he takes on b4, this is now going to be over for real. Can anyone find the, well, actually, let's go check. And then this is the easy sequence. And now after bishop c3, can you find the correct sequence now? It's black to move. Knight f6 is still a threat here. He still has the nice setup going that he can play knight f6 on me. But it's black to move. What do we do, chat? d5. Dang, you perfect. I didn't even think of that one. Perfect freedom. I didn't even think. I didn't even, oh my goodness, d5, wow. Garbage. I didn't even think of that one. Sheesh. Rook takes c3, rook c8, says Jess. So Canty, how we doing? Thanks for the 100-piece time traveler. No, that loses the queen. You know what? I didn't even, that's probably why I didn't think of that one. Perfect freedom. That's probably why I didn't think of that one. Garbage. Probably. Rook c3. Rook takes c2 and it takes on a2, yeah. Love you, perfect freedom. Love you. Okay, here we go. Rook takes c3 is correct. Hitting and splitting. Knight takes c3 and rook to c8. And we finish in great fashion here. Eases things up. Absolutely. We got a piece back. And then we take. And now we got the piece back. Rooks are disconnected. Well, in a few moves, it's going to be disconnected. But check. Right. And then the rest is just kind of a matter of taste. Here, as I just convert. Grab the pawn. Grab another one. Everything's with check. And he plays this on as he should. I mean, I would play on too. Was this an OTB game? Yeah, this is my last tournament. This is round 6. Check and check. And I went queen h6. I like this queen h6 move. I like this queen h6 move. Because I wanted to keep this available as well. And then I go here and then here. Right? And I go rook e5 check. And then I blunder stalemate. I mean, I blunder in perpetual. Oh no! I blunder in perpetual. Psych. It's not a perpetual. The queen is blocking this. And also after rook takes, you can't, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So in fact, I did not blunder a perpetual for all of you thinking that I blundered a perpetual there. He plays rook f8 too, which I would play it out. Takes, king takes, and then he resigns right here. And that's the end of the game. Like, we win. Like, that's it. It's a dub. It's a dub. It's a dub. It's a dub, right? So we won this game here, which is nice. A nice classical Sicilian game. Usually I'm a Najdorf player, or, you know, I'll play Dirty Harry or some other Sicilians. But, I mean, this classical game was very nice. Very clean win, I would say there. And this one was called Calculate because I had to calculate, especially right here. This took a lot of calculation. Calculation over everything. Boom, there's the plug again. Of course, you already know, Shop Canty merch, right? And make sure you guys are subscribed on YouTube if you haven't already. Thanks for watching this one. We'll see you on the next video.